The flowers that healed the tiger. The first rays of the morning sun bathed the meadow in a soft golden glow. Dewdrops sparkled like tiny pearls on the petals of the flowers. A little ladybug named Piko flapped his wings and soared into the sky. Just like every morning, he fluttered around the meadow, eager to discover something new. But today, his curiosity was even greater. Were there new flowers blooming on the far side of the meadow? Would he see the white butterflies dancing over the petals? Excited, Piko glided through the air, exploring joyfully. However, he had no idea that this journey would lead him to something far more important than just a new discovery. As he flew, Piko noticed something moving in the shade of a large tree. He fluttered closer and saw a tiger lying silently, his leg injured. The tiger looked sad and tired. Piko landed gently beside him. "Hello, what happened to you?" he asked. The tiger, Raffi, let out a deep sigh and lifted his head. "I hurt my leg. I can't walk in the forest anymore. I can't run or play. I'm just lying here, waiting to get better. But it feels like I'll never heal," he said in a sorrowful voice. Piko's tiny heart filled with determination. "Don't worry, Raffi. I've heard that in the forest beyond the meadow, there are special healing flowers. If I can find them, they might help your leg." Raffi smiled faintly but still looked doubtful. "Do you think it will really work?" Piko nodded with confidence. "We will never know unless we try." With that, he spread his wings and set off at once. But soon after taking flight, Piko realized something troubling. The wind was getting stronger. What had started as a gentle breeze quickly turned into powerful gusts that tossed him around in the air. "This wind is too strong," he cried out, struggling to stay on course. The fierce gusts pushed him further and further away from the forest. Piko flapped his wings frantically, trying to regain control, but suddenly he was swept downward. "No!" he cried as he tumbled through the air, landing with a soft plop. But the softness wasn't comforting. It was mud. Piko had sunk right into a sticky, thick patch of mud. "What do I do now?" he thought, struggling to move. The more he flapped, the deeper he sank. Just when he was about to lose hope, he spotted a thin branch swaying nearby, carried by the wind. Summoning all his strength, he flapped his wings and leaped toward it, gripping it tightly just in time. With a mighty pull, he hoisted himself out of the mud. As he caught his breath, tiny raindrops began to fall from the sky. Piko looked up and smiled. "This is perfect. I can wash off all this mud," he said happily. As the gentle rain trickled down, it rinsed away the dirt, making Piko feel much lighter. But the relief didn't last long. The raindrops grew heavier, the wind picked up speed, and suddenly, the sky turned dark. A loud clap of thunder echoed through the air. Piko shivered. "This storm is going to be fierce," he thought. Looking around desperately, he spotted a hollow in a nearby tree. "That will keep me safe," he said, and quickly flew inside. The rain poured down, lightning flashed across the sky, and the wind howled through the trees. Piko curled up in the dry hollow, waiting anxiously. "This storm needs to pass soon. Raffi is waiting for me." After a while, the rain softened, the wind calmed, and the sky brightened once again. Piko peeked outside and saw the sun breaking through the clouds. "All right, I can keep going," he said, stretching his tiny wings and setting off toward the forest once more. At last, he reached the heart of the forest and spotted the glowing, sweet-smelling, healing flowers on the ground. "There they are! The flowers Raffi needs!" he cheered excitedly. Carefully, he gathered as many as he could and started his journey back without wasting a second. When Piko finally arrived at the spot where he had left Raffi, the tiger was still lying there, looking sad and weak. But the moment he saw Piko carrying the healing flowers, his eyes sparkled with hope. "I'm back, Raffi," Piko announced excitedly. "You should crush these flowers and make a balm. Apply it to your leg every day and you'll heal in no time." Raffi carefully took the flowers and followed Piko's advice, gently mashing them and spreading the healing paste onto his injured leg each day. Meanwhile, Piko never left his side. He brought him food, told him cheerful stories, and shared the challenges he had faced on his journey, laughing about his muddy adventure and the roaring storm. Day by day, Raffi's leg grew stronger. And finally, one morning he stood up and took a firm step forward. "Thank you, Piko," Raffi said, his eyes shining with gratitude. "These flowers truly worked. But more importantly, you never gave up on me. You were so brave." Piko beamed with pride. Sometimes, courage means facing even the fiercest storms and never giving up. Raffi was now healthy and full of energy again. But for Piko, this journey was about more than just healing. It was about something much greater. Sometimes, the strongest wings are the ones that keep flapping, even in the toughest storms, he thought. From that day on, Piko and Raffi became the best of friends. The meadow and the forest became their playground. Together, they laughed, explored, and always looked out for each other. And if you ever see a brave little ladybug soaring through the sky, maybe it's Piko, off on a new adventure to help a friend in need.